Looking at your long CV, which is like 30 over 30 pages of your articles, books you have written, chapters you have contributed to, conferences that you have chaired. When did you get interested in internet law? Was it all from the beginning, or can you tell me a little bit more?
Well, I don't know if it's from the beginning. It dates from the mid-'90s, so I had just finished doing some graduate work and got my first teaching job. I was about 25 at Dalhousie Law School in Halifax. And it was at that point, it was that year that I really came to appreciate the internet, which was just sort of coming onto the public consciousness at the time. And before then, I'd really focused on foreign investment, foreign trade related issues, and it became readily apparent that even those kinds of issues were going to be radically changed by the internet and by e-commerce. And so my interest gradually shifted in that direction. Initially, I was much more focused on jurisdictional issues, e-commerce issues, and those issues remain of interest. But it's always been with an internet bent, and so the digital copyright issues, the network issues around net neutrality, and the privacy issues have been the ones where I've been most active over the last number of years, and that simply reflects the fact that I see those as really being the most urgent and the ones that will have the most dramatic impact on our internet, on our digital rights.
So when you started working on the internet-related issues, I suppose there weren't that many other researchers or professors dealing with the field. So can you tell me about how that field has evolved in the years that you have?
That's a good question. Well, I spent a couple of years in the United States before I came back to Canada. In the U.S., there was and there still remains quite a lot of people actively involved. That was, I think you're right, less true in Canada. And so when I came, it was really just a handful of people that were really focused on these issues. That has begun to change. Our faculty at the University of Ottawa is very active, and indeed most law faculties now have more people involved in digital IP and privacy-related issues. The student interest in this has grown dramatically, where many students now come to law school really almost born digital, where they've been online ever since they can remember and are really interested in the intersection between technology and the law. So over the last 10 years there's been a real change where it's more broadly accepted within law schools, and there's certainly a lot more interest in it, and even when one looks at from a practice perspective, more and more law firms with lawyers and other people who have expertise, largely because clients are demanding it.